Hey everybody, it's Engineering in Heels here. Kind of just doing a talk about it video about a subject I've been thinking about lately, which is where have the 160 millimeters gone? So just in general, where have larger platforms gone here in the past few years? So kind of was thinking about this because when I went to the Louboutin store in Chicago over the holidays, obviously I'm always looking at heels that are 120 millimeters and up, and I was kind of dismayed and shocked to see that they only had one kind of platform heel there, which was the Fetish Peep in 150 millimeters. And I even had a chat with the sales guy about it, and he's like, yeah, they're just not making them anymore. You know, some people want them and they're not making them, but you know, that's just not where the style seems to be going. So I thought that was really interesting because I still see a lot of people really wearing platforms. So it's just interesting to me to see how styles kind of come and go. I would say, you know, a few years ago, you saw a lot of giant platforms. I remember seeing lots of celebrities wearing like Daphs or Victorias, of which I have both of those. So it's just interesting, like I said, to see how it changes. What I've got on right now are the Daft booties in 160 millimeters. I absolutely love this shoe. I think it's a great booty, and I'm really sad that it's not being made anymore. And I really feel that way about a lot of the 160s. I don't think they're making Dafts, they're not making Victorias, they're not making Lady Dafts. So it's just, you know, it's kind of a shame to me, especially for the people that prefer a platform. I know a lot of people actually think that a platform is a lot more comfortable to walk in than a single sole. I don't. I'm one of the few people I think that thinks that. I actually much prefer like a Socate. That's why Socate is one of my work shoes. I can walk all day in those just fine, and I feel like I can feel the ground better in a single sole, whereas in a platform, I'm always just a little bit unstable, especially in these Louboutin platforms because the bottom is pretty thin. So yeah, just kind of interesting. The other thing that kind of prompted this question was I was on the RealReal, which is one of my favorite secondhand sites, and I couldn't believe how many Louboutin 160 millimeters they had for a fraction of retail. Case in point, I bought those Lady Dafts for like 200 bucks, which is crazy to me. That was like $1,000 shoe, you know, at retail. So just clearly they seem to have fallen out of style. I think there's a couple reasons for this. I think one of the reasons is I think women and there are, you know, anybody who wears heels, some people are going more for comfort. I don't, but I know a lot of people do. I see a lot of heels being released for the upcoming seasons that are a lot shorter, less of a platform, or maybe they have a platform but just not too much of like the higher angle like these give. So I mean, I can't fault anybody for that. I know there's a lot of women that would prefer to be comfortable at work, and maybe that for them that's a flat or a sneaker or whatever it is. I also think that just in general, like sneaker culture, those are very popular now. So I think a lot of times people are picking a sneaker versus a heel. Again, I mean, that's anybody's choice, and I want people to be comfortable and feel like themselves. But for people like me that really like crazy, fantastic high heels, it's kind of a harder time to shop and find heels. So, you know, I'm sure the style will come back, but I feel like the giant platform just isn't as in right now. But I'll still wear them because I have lots of pairs, and that's totally fine. I do hope that they come back. I think for people that are shorter, they're a really nice leg lengthening shoe. I also think if you're not used to wearing a high heel, it's kind of nice to have that platform, like I said earlier, to just give you a little bit less of a harsh angle. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here in the coming years and seasons. I do have to say I'm going to call out Cassidy here for having a wonderful selection of higher platform heels still. So if you're looking for a designer that is still releasing, they just had a post the other day with a pretty significant platform on one of their new shoes. So definitely check out Cassidy if you're a person that is really into platforms and is looking for them. I think that they have a pretty good selection. Giuseppe Zanotti sometimes also has a lot of platforms. I haven't been as impressed with their latest style, so I haven't been buying as many of them, but that's another manufacturer you could check out as well. Other than that, even I almost fall over sometimes. I just wanted to show you guys my outfit, talk about it a little bit. This was picked by one of my $100 patrons. For $100, you can choose a custom set. So I get a lot of questions about how that process works, so I just wanted to kind of talk that over briefly at the end here. I love doing $100 sets. They're really fun. This person picked out a very me outfit, which was leather jacket, a pair of jeans, and some Daft booties, so 160 millimeter heels. This is a very Mara outfit, so was happy to oblige. working through the creative process with patrons is super fun. People usually get really into it, you know, they send me poses that they want or outfits that they want, and it's really fun to be able to kind of cater to that custom request. So if you're into that, you know, make sure to think about subscribing to the $100 tier. I have a lot of fun with my $100 patrons, just kind of, you know, designing the outfits with them, working on poses, and then it's really, really fun to be able to provide them that finished product at the end. So, you know, to piggyback on that, thank you all of my patrons. You don't have to be $100. I love all of you. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for your support. We've been able to upgrade our setup so much because of you guys. And I obviously am able to buy a lot of fun heels because of you guys too. So if you have not thought about joining, I'll put a link here to, you know, check out my Patreon. Also subscribe to me here on YouTube if you haven't. And then obviously I'm on Instagram, Engineering in Heels. So thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's hope that maybe platforms come back in the future.